Marriage law reforms. Major parts of the statutory personal laws enacted in the foreign Muslim countries represent mere codification of the established law or, at best, unification of hitherto divergent legal principles. There is, however, no reason to deny the fact in the certain provisions in the law have introduced significant reforms in the traditional law. The, the, princip- the principal reforms so introduced in one country or another relate to marriage age for men and women and difference of age between parties to marriage, role of marriage guardian in the fixation and the solution of marriage, registration and documentation of marriage, monetary aspect of marriage, dowry and expense, polygamy and right of co-wife, maintenance of wife family and matrimonial home during the substance of marriage, unlimited difference right of parties to marriage and ground for judicial reform, post-divorce relief for the parties, especially for women, period of gestation and the implementation, parent right related to custody and guardianship of children, especially on mother, inheritance right of certain close relative, surviving spouse, daughter, brother, sister, grandfather, and descendants of predestined children. Cause of the legate, especially their eligibility to receive bequest and validation, tenure, and management of family works. Reforms in the arts have been effective. Reform in the different countries, either under the provision of comprehensive corner of personal status family right, or by way of sporadic legislation. The source material for all the advertised reforms have been located by the jurists and the legislation of the Muslim world in the depth, divergence, flexibility, and reach of the legal principle within the vast framework of the Sharia. It is nobody case in the Muslim states, including Turkey, but the personal law has been conflicted and the reforms married to modify the law, nor have their architects, advocates, and exponents ever quoted any un-Islamic source for any of these reforms. The motives behind and the object of all these legislative acts have been astray by the reforms, denied to systemic personal law on the part of other law science convert. The decision to benefit from research now and hitherto neglected principles and the juristic opinions within the thought of the Sharia. The will to check misinterpretation, misapplication, and growing misuse of the Sharia of law, of which there were greater chance and possibility in its uncodified status. The policy of nationalizing and tolerating Islam, seeing the law, and the art to represent the society in conformity with the original untreated social legal principle of Islam. In several countries, the ulama have approved or have been closely associated with the reform effect. At the same time, the reform in some countries have been opposed and criticized by certain sections of religious leaders and church. This happened in Iraq, Indonesia, Pakistan, Tunisia, South Yemen, and Turkey.